Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Very good afternoon, Ms. Sharma. How are you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fine. How about you, ma'am?
I am doing absolutely fine. Thank you for asking. So, Ms. Sharma, I think I have met you before.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So if you can tell me
Yeah, ma'am.
something about yourself.
Yes. So before introducing me to you, first of all, I would like to tell you one thing that I had a desire of having conversation with you for a long time. I would say that since I joined English Yaari, so I was thinking that I should have a session with you, but your all slots were booked, ma'am. So
Mhm.
finally, and this is my last session of this course, and that is with, with you. And
That's great.
even I talked about it to my co-learners that I want to have a conversation with Sarika ma'am. So they asked me that what is the specialty of this teacher? Why do you want to have a conversation, especially with that teacher? So I told them that actually I like her way of giving feedback, and she catches a like very small mistakes, very small mistakes, and she understand what is the problem of the learner actually. So I like this way. So and I had been thinking for a long time to have a conversation with you, and every time I call a nurse ask me, say, have you booked the session with Sarika ma'am? I said no. I didn't get chance because she is very busy.
Finally, we are meeting up.
Yes, finally we are meeting. Yes, ma'am. So let me introduce myself, ma'am. My name is Neha Sharma. I'm from Haryana, Hisar, and by profession, I'm a teacher in a private school. So if I talk about my teaching professions, it has been going on by fits and starts. So sometimes I join, and because of some reasons, I had to leave. So on an average, I would say that my teaching profession is going on for 2 years. I have 2 years experience of teaching, and I'm a homemaker, I'm a mother of a kid, and I'm an English language learner, of course. And apart from it, I'm a YouTuber also, not a big YouTuber, but a very small YouTuber. So I started my YouTube channel 3 months ago. So it has been more than 3 months. Yes, ma'am, this is all about me.
Wow, that's great.
You're mute, ma'am, you're mute.
Okay, now is it fine?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Um, I was just trying to say that when you were talking about me, so you said that when you were trying to explain me that context that your co-learner asked you, your co-learners inquired about me. So that point in times you said that she understand
She
everyone
understands.
understands. Yes. And then next one, when you said that I am working on my journey or this is my journey, when you were trying to explain that it has started 3 years back or 3 months back, when you try to say something which started in the past and it is still continuing, you use perfect continuous tense. Okay. So you can
Okay, ma'am.
simply say the thing that I have been working on this. I have been working on my channel. I have been working on my English communication skills. You can say like that because something that started in the past and continuing till date, and it is still continue. It is still continuing. Then you can simply use perfect continuous tense. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's quickly start with this session. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Not
Cool.
so far.
So my first question is, your topic is hostel life. So what do you think? How hostel life is different from home life?
Okay. Actually, I do not have personal experience of hostel life. So yeah, I haven't got chance to live in hostel, but I can surmise little bit that hostel life, yes, it is conspicuous, ma'am. It is evident that hostel life is different from home life. Home life, you are surrounded with your own people, you are getting assistance, you are getting support from your family members, you are getting emotional support, as well as there are different kind of supports. So but if I talk about hostel life, so you are surrounded with those people whom you are not so much familiar. with whom you are not so much familiar, and it is not all time possible that you can share whatever you want to share. It could be like your emotions, it could be your feelings, and you have to adjust. At least you have to adjust. You have to if you are living in a hostel, if you are living in a room in which you have to share this room with your roommates, it could be roommates could be four or five maybe, and maybe one. So you have to share the room, and you have to understand your responsibility also, because you are a partner. So being a partner, you have to share the responsibilities also. You have to be accountable for the things. So yes, it is completely different. And I would say that hostel life makes people realize lots of things, makes people enable lots of things. They can be disciplined. They can be that kind of person who can tolerate the situation. Sometimes we see that kids are not much they cannot tolerate the things. They are at home, so if the things are not going according to them, so they think that no, they start yelling, and they think that no, why didn't it happen according to me. But if I talk about hostel life, so yes, tolerance power, they know what is a tolerance, and I have to adjust, and discipline also. So yes, and ma'am, kids can become more mature because they have to think about their studies also. And when kids are at home, so definitely they are engaging in different kind of things, maybe the function of this and that. They have to go to relatives house also, and they have to engage with the friends and relatives who are coming to your house. So yes, but if the kid is such kind of a student or a person who is very focused on the studies, so for that kid, hostel life is good, because properly he or she can devote proper time to the studies, and he or she can think about the career. Yes, yes, ma'am. I think as per my knowledge, it is my these are my views, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, very nice way of talking about your information. That was great. You gave me what all information or whatever information you had. Even I never experienced such life, but it is for sure that I understand a few concepts which you told me, and I also have the same kind of knowledge.
Yes,
However, the way you portray the knowledge, that is very important. Okay, because you
yes,
must have heard what you say is not that important, how you say it's very important. Okay,
yes,
so first of all, um, always understand, Neha, three things are very important when you communicate. Okay, the very first thing is content, which you had enough content in your mind, though you started that I never experienced this life, but you could make it till end. Second thing
yes.
is structure. Without structure, the content cannot be understood. Okay.
Okay,
And the third thing is delivery. If any
okay,
of these is missing, the content is the communication is not complete. So let's say you
okay.
don't have content, but you can structure it, you can deliver it, no point. You have
Yeah.
content, you can deliver it, but you don't follow the structure, then it's of no use. When you have
Yes.
content, you can structure it, but you cannot deliver, again, it's zero in communication. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
sometimes you are giving me an information that you don't have the structure, and other times
Hmm.
you gave me an information that your delivery is little bit faulty.
Okay.
Always understand, Neha, whenever you talk, go slow. Rate of speech must be slow. The rate of
Okay.
speech, if it is slow, because you had too many things in your mind, आपने थोड़ा सा उसको अपने mind को shake किया और वो points ऊपर आ गए. Okay? अब
Hmm.
you had so many thoughts, now the thoughts started flowing. Okay? अब आप इनको
Yes.
पकड़ोगे कैसे? पकड़ पकड़ के एक structure में हमको जाने का है. So when
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
get such things, you should have a proper control towards your structure. Okay. So whenever you start any kind of content, always remember there is a framework that you can follow. The first information should be an introduction, a general information, a formal information, which can
Hmm.
connect you and me. Okay,
Okay,
because
ma'am.
if you have general information, general means obvious information. The moment we think, I also think the same thing, you also think the same thing. That is called connection. Because if you give me same vibes, I would be able to connect with you, right?
Yes.
Rather,
Yes.
don't think I will give any unique point. Unique means
Okay.
you and I probably won't connect, because probably
Yes.
I won't understand what you are talking. Okay, so the very
Yes.
first thing, give an introduction and then try to connect it with some examples.
Okay.
Okay, if
Okay.
you don't have any of your examples, then you can give some examples, like you said, discipline.
Yeah.
Children become cranky at home, but when they are in hostel, they cannot show that attitude. They learn.
Yeah.
Third,
Hmm.
you spoke about career opportunities. I don't think
Hmm.
so. In hostel, somebody can choose a career. The moment
Hmm.
we decide that we need to send our children to hostel, that is only and only because of discipline or because of studies.
Yes.
राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
बच्चा पढ़ता नहीं है तो आप शुरू में क्या बोलते हो? मैं तुम्हें हॉस्टल भेज दूँगी। Why?
Yes,
क्योंकि
ma'am.
तुम पढ़ नहीं रहे हो, तुम डिसिप्लिन नहीं हो, तुम बदतमीज़ हो। That thing
Hmm.
is in our mind, that discipline connects hostel life. Okay, so always
Yes.
connect but obvious points. Okay,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
secondly, few pronunciation mistakes, like living. It's a short I sound. You cannot give leaving. When you are
Okay.
leaving, no, when you are living. Okay,
Living.
when you are
Okay.
living. And then uh, tolerate. Okay, tolerate pronunciation. Um,
Tolerate.
okay. Now, one more thing I would like to move on. You said when you are living in hostel or children are living in hostels. Okay. And then you started saying something. Never
Mm-hmm.
use ing forms for simple present tense forms.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
When children live in hostels,
Okay.
they
Okay.
understand the responsibilities. Why? Because it's a simple term. ये continuous तो है ही नहीं. Continuous is a temp form. So, for example, I'm speaking, you are listening. You are
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah.
I am responding. Right? So always
Yes. Yes.
understand, because most of the Indians mistake of using continuous tense every time. Okay?
Yes.
Follow
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
Secondly, I personally feel you could have started in a better note. You know, um, on a better note means that you could have spoken about general lines first, then body of the message, then try to conclude it. So, for example, when I say discipline, the first thing comes in my mind is rules and regulations, because in hostels, rules and regulations are absolutely necessary for maintaining discipline and order. But there are often some uh, wherein they find that environment restrictive and unnecessary. So there is a myth of this life. Okay, and then you could have
Hmm.
started and you could have taken your point. Overall, it was nice attempt, but if you follow the structure properly, it can give you better results.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Definitely.
Can we move on to the
Yes.
next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My next question is, describe. Okay, you have never experienced that life, so I don't think so that can help. Any rules or regulations that you know about which you don't like in hostel life?
Okay. Any rules, regulation that I know,
Mm-hmm.
but it
You
according
don't
to
like.
me it is not good. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like. Yes. Um. Ma'am. I think. What should I say?
Mm-hmm. I can add on one point, and if in case if you want, you can try it from there. I personally feel there are a few rules and regulations that are particularly challenging. You know, I don't like them at all. I feel they are unnecessary. The very first thing is strict curfew.
Strict
Okay, it's
curfew.
curfew. In hostel life, you will find one of the rules that there is, sorry, there is a rigid, time frame that they follow. They are forced to return to the hostel by a certain time. That is pretty restrictive, especially during weekends or when you are attending any events outside the hostel or when you are with your family members. Sometimes
Hmm.
family members come and meet them, but there is a strict curfew. That means there is a time limit, and it limits your opportunities to socialize or to explore the city or to explore the place. And I personally feel the freedom is completely curtailed. Okay, so that
Okay.
is my first point.
Okay.
Anything you would
Okay.
like to add on?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Second point is, ma'am, you have to take your breakfast, lunch, dinner at on the proper time. It is also not good because
Mhm.
sometimes you do not feel like eating anything at that particular time, but you have to eat. You have to go to the mess and you have to take your food. So I think it is not good,
Mhm.
because some flexibility should be there. Some flexibility should be there. It should be given to the students that okay, whenever you want to eat, so then you can go to the mess and you can take your food. So
Mhm.
yeah, this is the second loophole, I would say. That, or I
Okay.
would say that this is the second rule or regulation or strict rigid rule and regulation that I don't like.
Mhm. The third thing which we can add on here, like you spoke about mess, I'm pretty sure there are some restricted access to different facilities. Okay, they
There
have
are some.
restricted access. They have restricted access to facilities.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
for
okay.
example, I have heard that students in hostel they cannot keep phones. Okay, if
Yes.
they want to get connected to their family, they need to go to reception, they need to arrange a call, and then when your parents are not free, or if you are free, then you're getting late night calls, or you cannot talk. So I think it's pretty unfair that
Hmm.
children are restricted, or they have restricted access to facilities. What do you say about this point?
Yes, ma'am. When you have phones, so anytime you can make a call to your parents and you can talk to them, even to your friends also. Sometimes you feel lonely and you want to share your emotions. You want to, you want to get pacified yourself by someone. So definitely you can easily do this by making a call or by making a call and having a conversation with the people. So yes, but if you do not have phones, so you do not have any option. You do not have any option, and you think that yes, still I'm feeling lonely. So yeah, it is also the second disadvantage.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, if you know that in hostels, they have some recreation rooms wherein they can do some common activities, games, TV. They have some kind of rooms. And they are restricted towards that area as well. They have limited hours. Like at home, you can play all night. No one is there to stop you. Your mother can guide you to sleep. Or in case if you want to go out and play volleyball, yes, you can do that, but in
Hmm.
hostel life, you cannot have that life. So, do you think it is good or it is bad?
Hmm. So yes, ma'am. Somewhere or other, it is not good. If I talk about students, if I talk about their, what should I say? If I talk about their interest, if I talk about their interest, and if I would talk about that sometimes they don't want to do this, they don't want to watch TV, and sometimes they don't want to watch TV. But so yes, in such a manner, it could be, we can say that it is not good. But for the sake of discipline, for if I talk about for the sake of discipline, so yes, somewhere or other it is necessary also. Because every time if we are giving freedom to the students that okay, what go and watch TV for how many hours, whatever you, for how many hours that you want, so I think it is also not good. Because uh, it is natural, ma'am. We human being get the disadvantage, or what should I say, took the advantage. We human beings generally take the advantage of the freedom. So I think all these things are happening in the college, not college, hostel life, just because of maintaining the discipline.
Okay. I think you want to say undue advantage.
Undue advantage, yes
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes ma'am.
Uh, Secondly, do you think when students come back from hostel life, they are different?
And if a student had already spent a lot of time in hostel, so automatically they got habitual of living that kind of life, that is they had already that they had already lived.
Yes.
So they become habitual of getting up early in the morning, reading newspaper, or doing yoga and exercise in the morning time, and sleeping at the proper time, taking their lunch and breakfast and dinner at the proper time. So yeah, yes, yes, ma'am. So yes, so but if I talk about those kids who had not been in the hostel life for a long time, so they can easily switch to the normal life. They can
Mhm.
easily switch. Yeah, so I think time span matters. If you had been in the hostel life for a long time, so yes, it affects your life. It has an impact on your life. You are a little bit disciplined as compared to other students who haven't got the chance of living in hostel. So, but yeah, time span matters, ma'am.
Okay, time matters. Okay, so while I understand what you're trying to say as the importance of rules and regulations for maintaining order and discipline within the hostel, at the same time, I feel some of the policies um, could be more flexible and accommodating as per the needs and the preferences of the students. Now, my next question is, do you think everyone should experience hostel life once in their life?
Yeah, if I had been given chance to live in a hostel, so definitely, definitely I would have gone to the hostel. I would have opted that life because I like hostel life. I want peace. I want peace to study. I want peace to think about studies and career. So yes, if I had been given chance, so definitely I would have gone. But if I talk about generally, so yes, once in a while, no. What should I say, ma'am? At least one time. At least one time, every person should taste this life, should live this life
Okay. If I talk in general, not generally, if I talk in general,
in
everyone
general.
must get an opportunity to live a hostel life or to live this life once in lifetime.
Okay, ma'am.
Once in
Okay,
lifetime. Okay.
once in lifetime. Yes.
Okay. And secondly, when you said that if I get a chance, okay,
Okay.
articles cannot be missing, right? You're talking about something, articles cannot be missing here.
Okay.
Okay, I think your biggest problem is little bit of pronunciation when you have short I sound and long I sound. So let's say live, living. Okay, lived.
Okay.
Okay, leave, live, leave, live. These are two I and double E sounds. So, for example, foot or fit, feet, sit, seat. Okay,
Okay.
sheet, shell, sheet. Little bit problem. Otherwise, it is good. Secondly, while preparing your sentence construction, always follow a proper criteria of swapped. Swapped क्या होता है? S as in subject, V as in verb, O as in object, P as in place, T as in time. If you follow this particular format, your sentences will never go wrong.
Okay.
Of course, in some exceptions, you can play for the time. Sometimes object is not there. So, for
Hmm.
example, I went to London last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
I went subject और verb है, object नहीं है, मैं क्या करने गई London? Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
again, I ate a sandwich last night.
Hmm.
I ate
Sandwich is
a
an object.
sandwich in the kitchen last night. अब मैं ये भी बोल सकती हूँ, last night I ate the sandwich in the kitchen. Or I ate
Yes.
a sandwich in the kitchen. मैं ये भी बोल सकती
Yeah.
हूँ. Sometimes this works, but बिल्कुल ही haywire चीजें नहीं चल सकती. So just follow
Okay.
this SVOPT. I am pretty sure things will be better. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
And you're a very
Yes.
confident speaker. Congratulations, Neha. I see you are pretty confident while talking. Little bit rate of speech को slow करो and read your thoughts before start talking. I am pretty sure things would be better in coming days.
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
it was
Yes, ma'am.
pleasure meeting you, Neha. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you again someday. But till then,
Yes.
take good care of yourself. See you. Bye.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Bye,
You're
ma'am.
welcome. Take care. Bye.